Our backgrounds are very different. From my standpoint, my architecture training was a little bit looser, a little bit more about sort of bringing more abstract artistic ideas and really manifesting them physically, visually, together with a more like humble, down-to-earth engagement directly with materials and assembly and building. So with Aesop, there was a real strong connection right from the very beginning of the project. I think like our approach as designers really aligned very, very clearly with their ideals as a company. For them, it's really important that all of their stores are very different and all of their stores are very, very tied to place. And they also just have a sort of sensitivity around materiality and narrative. It was a very natural fit right from the beginning.
Yeah, also because of the location of the store and the history of the neighborhood where this Aesop store opened, which is Yorkville, felt like there was this sense of domesticity, this smaller scale that made it like very easy to work with the external context, but also with the idea of like elevating this ritual of self-care that Aesop is like so focused on. So it seemed like both the client, the location, the project, everything like worked together to develop a project that was like very strong in terms of like the concept that we had for it. Education in architecture in Spain is quite different to that one that is done in Canada. In Spain, there's a lot of importance as to technical knowledge, construction, vernacular architecture, and context. So I think that like these different approaches have always made like our design maybe richer in the sense that we can do two different approaches to the same issue or the same design. I think that as designers and for us, one thing that we always really focus on is to tell a story. Behind every space, there's a story for a client, there's like a story for the place where we're going to be designing. So I think that for us, design is a way to communicate this story behind these like elements and to try to create something that responds to it.
Yeah, and I think that really plays out no matter what the scale or type of work is. Whether it's an architectural project or whether it's a furniture piece, more material based. The wood furniture project that we built, it was really rooted in this idea of the narrative of the story of harvesting the material from one single tree and then trying to capture the spirit of that tree in the furniture pieces. So it really all is very narrative based.
I think that this idea of belonging is very important because as designers, we want to create things that are timeless.
Yeah, ultimately we want our projects to be lasting, and to lasting decades. And for that, we feel like we have a responsibility that it's respectful and mindful of the community that it sits within.
As leaders, we like to think about it like we have the vision, but we also have the humility to understand that no vision, no design vision is going to be completed without the expertise of other parties involved. And for us, I think that it's very important to let go of this ego. And that's precisely one of the reasons why we never wanted to name our company after ourselves, in the expectation of the thought that one day we'll grow and have additional employees, but also in the sense that for us, Odami is a way of understanding design, and any person that works in a project with us becomes part of Odami. It's not just about Michael and I think it's something bigger than that, and I think a good leader in design should be able to understand that.
We've always sort of operated between three realms. We're working on spatial design, we're working with sort of material research and furniture projects, and we're also involved in teaching. And all of these three elements sort of work very much hand in hand.